What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dripped Ghost, and I'm here back with another Neverwinter video. My Guardian Fighter Mod 14 DPS build. DPS all day, fuck being a tank, fully tanked, But hey, everybody makes their own build the way they want it, so play the way they want it. So yeah, let's get started. Let's start off with my gear. I'm mostly using most of this gear that I have on. Is for the Ravenloft area, the new campaign. Just do the hunts and you're able to get some of this gear. Have the boxes if you got any posters. That's what I'm using right now. And yeah, I got the Sears home for that critical strike when you're in a party, British ally on your team, which is awesome. You want that crit and power. And I got that horseman chestplate for that power and crit. Always, and that HP is pretty nice to use. My arms, I'm using the survivors wraps for the power, of course, 27,000, which is awesome. I am using the primal weapon set. I will try to upgrade it soon or later. I'll just keep it like this, but every extra damage and crit works. I got the Heels of Fury, which is nice for that little bit of armor penetration and crit. All my enchantments that I'm mostly using are just brutals, assurers, and darks, and some radiance. I got the Oricus set. Oricus is still the best to use in my opinion. I'm using the Ring of Brutality 5 for that power. I will be switching it off soon whenever I get the chance to actually get it to the Shadow Stalker +5. I will be switching it off soon. I don't know when. Whenever the Neverwinter gods give it to me. And the Grave Stalker, I will be switching it to +5 whenever I get that too. I was lucky enough to get the +4. I got the primal shirt. I still gotta get the primer pants, so I'll be switching that off too. On my rings, I got the reinforcements for the action points. For my armor, I have mostly for crit, except more for my armor piece, which is lifesteal, so because I wanted to get my lifesteal to at least 4,000. And yeah, but yeah, most of my enchantments are just brutals. Brutals on my main hand and my rings. Everything on defense, it's either lifesteal or radiance for that hit points. And then the rest of the offensive slots either have power or assures to get more extra crit. Let's go to my feats. This is what I'm rocking. If you want to search something out because if you like, maybe I gotta switch this for this and what do my power, go for it. It's my build. I'm trying to help you guys out. If you want to do damage, it's totally up to you. Or if you think I should switch something for something else, let me know. I would try it out. But yeah, let's go to my boons. Let's start from the beginning. I'm not gonna go over them, but basically you just want to go for power, crit, a little bit of lifesteal, critical severity. It's totally up to you. And yeah, just copy the same boons if you like. Or if you're like, oh no, I want to switch this for this, go right ahead, man. I got the Cloak Agency. I got half of the cult boons because they did the whole campaign stuff first instead of the boons. But to each their own. Just went for that straight power. And then I got a little bit for the increased damage on the dinosaurs. I got the chance ahead, for more damage. It's up to for the Ravenloft. I still haven't gotten any of the boons because I just finished the campaign. But me personally, I'm gonna get either the HP boons or recovery because my Guardian Fighter does not have recovery other than that chest piece. It lets me have it, or my helmet, I believe. That's all the recovery I have. So yeah, that's why I don't run that Castle Ravenloft dungeon, because if I switch it to my tech, I have to get recovery, and I don't feel like doing all of that. I like this build just how it is. So I would get Bloodlust, so every time you hit a critical chance, it stacks. you know, and I always just hit crits because my crits at 101. So, you know, it's pretty good. For my companions, I got the Tiger, but our bonding's 14, rank 14. I got the Raid Wings, and the necklace, which I was lucky enough to get in the IG, I believe it's called, the skirmish, wherever you get the things. All my enchantments on them are all assures for that critical chance, because you want to get that critical chance up to 100. I'm using the air and the earth. The earth is for you're at full health, you do more damage, and the air is for the enemies not on full health, you do more damage. I got the Sage Master for that 4% increased damage, and I got the wood. I believe that's what he's called, the Razor Wood, for that 25% combat advantage and 2.5% critical severity. You could totally switch the group for either the Alpha to give you 3% more increased damage, or 5 if you're in the cult. That's what I sometimes do when I'm in the cult, just switch it up to get that 5% more damage, or I switch it up for my Arenes to get that 10% crit severity. It's totally up to you, but it's what I mostly rock. For my mounts, I'm using Gladiator's Glue, so when your stamina goes down, you gain power. That cavalry, whenever you use a mount's power, you get 10% increase to mostly all these stats, you know. You want to get that power, crit, recovery. For your, you want to get the assassin, you lose defense, deflect, lifesteal, and you get more power, which is great. That's what you want to get, power and crit. And a little bit of armor penetration, but it's totally up to you, or recovery. And I got the protector's camera. So every time your companion attacks, you get 3% of your power, and it stacks up 4 times. And the companions, whenever you control an enemy, you gain 5% combat advantage damage for 10 seconds, which is also great. Most of the insignias are all defense and critical strike. I will mostly be switching these defense ones for either more lifesteal, because I want to get that 50% lifesteal. That's my preference. Or I'll probably switch them into more for armor penetration or HP, one of those. But yeah, that's what I go with. My powers for your daily, I always use Vigilance Mace for the increased damage, and Fighter's Recovery for like whenever you're wrong or something, you know, dying, just pull that out real quick and start healing. I always rock Griffin's Wrath for my counters, Nice Challenge, and Into the Fray. I always use Nice Challenge when I'm in a boss, and I always use Enforced Threat when I'm just running mobs. At all times, I'll always be switching just these two, but my Griffin's Wrath and my Into the Fray always stay the same. For your personal, you want to have Combat Superiority. When a foe hits you, you do a national 5% damage back to him. And you want to have Just Wrath. Whenever you block an attack, you get 1% increased damage, stacks up to 5 times, which is also great. That's what you want to have. Your wills is weapon, Master Strike, and Curse Surge for whenever you want to heal yourself a little bit, or you know, a single target attack. That's what I mostly be rocking. Yeah, that's my build. I'll be showing you guys how I'll be increasing my damage. So you know, right now I'm just standing at 45,000. My critical strike is at 21. My armor penetration is at 3,000. My defense 14,000. And that's what pretty much I'm just stacking with. You know, 153% for damage, critical strike 61. And this is just my standing. So when I attack, my companion attacks, you see that my power goes up. So every time he hits, my power goes up. That's all there is to know, you know. Every time he attacks, so it's up to 64. Critical strikes 37. My defense goes up by like 2,000. I'll be switching that for some little bit more lifesteal. My damage still is 208. My critical strike is 101. The critical severity is 89. But like I said, if you use that other companion that gives you 10%, you should be at 99. Which is not bad. My defense ignores at 63, which is pretty good because I'm not running Castle Ravenloft right now. Because I really don't want to be attack GF, so I mostly be just going with my Great Weapon Fighter just to do damage. Just DPS. I could DPS in here too, but mostly they're always asking for tech GFs and shit. So I don't kind of really bother with that. The damage taken. So yeah, there's like every time you hit once, 41. When you mark them, you get that combat advantage. 82. When you use your Enter the Fray, when you have that combat advantage, you hit higher. 153. Just as with your wills. 154. 114. Which is great. This is what I mostly use for when I'm in a boss. You always gotta mark them. You use your mount, your daily. Just block a little whenever he's attacking. Use your artifact into the fray. Nice challenge, and then Griffin's Wrath. Look at that, 2.1 million, 2.2, 1.7. That's 6 million right there, just by myself. With no DC, that's 6 million. And when you start getting buffs with the DC, the paladins that give you power share, you could do that 6 in 1 Griffin's Wrath, which is insane. And I am using my Dread. So yeah, gives you that 80% critical severity on top of what you already have, which is pretty insane if I say so myself. Hitting that 6 million just crit. Or if you don't have that, you could go for that Vorpal. The Vorpal is pretty good too. You get that 55%, but it works with your at wills, which is great. So the Dread doesn't really give you that 80% critical severity with your at wills. So you can always choose Vorpal, or if you don't have those two and all you have is Fate Touch, you could use Fate Touch as well. All these three work well, no matter what combination you use or whatnot. But I always seem to just use my Vorpal when I'm killing mods, and then I always switch to my Dread when I'm in a boss. But yeah, that is all I got for you guys today. Be a dope ass Guardian fighter that does damage. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright, fellas?